In 1971, a year shaped by turmoil and unstoppable change, music became the sanctuary where people rediscovered truth, freedom, and feeling. Today, in a world ruled by cold electronic pulses, we still yearn for a time when every melody carried a heartbeat and every dream felt possible. The songs you're about to revisit shined only once, yet their echoes never left us. Do you remember a favorite from 1971? Hit like, subscribe, ring the bell, and tell us where you're watching from. No. 1. Precious and Few, Climax. In a decade overflowing with noise and upheaval, Precious and Few drifted in like a soft breath against the chaos. Sonny Jirashi's tender, aching voice felt almost like a private confession, shaped at original sound studios in Hollywood under Larry Cox's quiet, careful direction. Nothing flashy, only melody, emotion, and the steady pulse of a vulnerable heart. When the record was released, it sank deeply into listeners' memories, rising all the way to Billboard's top 3 in 1972. And although Climax glimmered only once, the song continues to echo through late-night radio hours, a reminder that the simplest truths are often the ones that stay with us forever. Number 2, Resurrection Shuffle, Ashton, Gardner, and Dyke. From the smoky bars of London, Resurrection Shuffle erupted like a soul rock thunderclap. The trio fused burning horns, pounding drums, and gritty, unpolished vocals, unleashing a wave of raw power. Recorded at Trident Studios, the track carried the loose, freewheeling attitude of British blues. The title, Resurrection Shuffle, was created moments before the record was pressed, becoming an emblem of soul's revival. Once released, the song soared to number 3 on the UK charts, driving crowds to move and shout. Though the band's flame didn't last long, they left behind music bursting with spirit, rhythm, and fire. Number 3, Timothy, The Boys. It may sound like a gentle folk tune, yet Timothy stunned the nation. Rupert Holmes crafted a haunting tale about 3 miners trapped underground, quietly suggesting the unthinkable. Timothy, Timothy, Joe was looking at you. To disguise the darkness, he wrapped it in a bright, irresistibly catchy melody. Recorded at Scepter Studios in New York, the song became a nightmare for American radio programmers. But the controversy pushed it into Billboard's top 20 in 1971. That clash of sweetness and dread turned Timothy into one of the most unforgettable curiosities of 70s pop. No. 4. Do You Know What I Mean? Lee Michaels. No polished band, only Lee Michaels, his Hammond organ, and drummer Frosty Smith. Do You Know What I Mean? Felt like the raw exhale of a wounded heart, captured at A&M Studios in Hollywood. With his raspy, emotional voice and stripped-down production, Lee transformed heartbreak into release. The song reached the Billboard Top 10, becoming one of 1971's defining confessional anthems. No complex tricks, no poetic disguise, just truth spoken through sound. And that's why, more than 50 years later, the track still stops listeners in their tracks, holding them quiet with its honesty. No. 5. Mr. Big Stuff, Gene Knight. From vibrant New Orleans came Gene Knight, shaking the charts with Mr. Big Stuff. Powered by bold funk grooves, tight drums, and a thick rolling bass line, the track became an early 70s statement of female confidence. Recorded at Malaco Studios in Mississippi, it climbed to number 1 on the R&B chart and number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. With sharp attitude and irresistible wit, Gene challenged arrogant men head-on. Mr. Big Stuff wasn't merely a hit. It became a declaration of strength for women refusing to be ignored today. No. 6. Put Your Hand in the Hand, Ocean. In an era marked by deep division, Canadian band Ocean offered Put Your Hand in the Hand, a gentle pop gospel moment built on faith, compassion, and quiet forgiveness. Written by Gene McClellan and recorded in Toronto, it felt like a shared prayer meant for every listener. Clean vocals, soft harmonies, and calming drums created a sense of peace. When released, it quickly entered Billboard's top 10 and became an international favorite. In a chaotic world, it reminded people that one simple hand reaching for another can make life feel kinder. No. 7. Smiling Faces. Sometimes, the undisputed truth. From the legendary Motown label, Smiling Faces Sometimes emerged like a quiet but chilling warning beneath the era's polished shine. Written by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong, the song exposed the deceit lurking behind innocent smiles. Brooding bass lines, shadowy drums, and ghostly vocals shaped a rare, unsettling soul atmosphere. Upon release, it climbed into Billboard's top 5, leaving listeners fascinated yet uneasy. In a decade marked by suspicion and rebellion, Smiling Faces sometimes became a reflection of society itself, a reminder that behind a friendly expression, something darker can wait in silence.
Somebody tell me, what is this man got?
No. 8. Bang a Gong, Get It On, T-Rex. In 1971, as the last breath of the hippie era slipped into memory, Mark Bolan and T-Rex ignited a fresh spark the world soon recognized as glam rock. Bang a Gong arrived with sultry confidence, fuzzy velvet-like guitars, and a tone both mischievous and sharply elegant. Crafted at London's Trident Studios under Tony Visconti's magnetic influence, the track carried a sheen that blended rebellion with effortless glamour. When it hit the airwaves, it surged into the Billboard Top 10, signaling the birth of a shimmering new movement. And though Mark Bolan left the world far sooner than he deserved, Bang a Gong endures as an everlasting anthem of youth, bold, vibrant, and forever roaring along the glitter-lined rails of rock history.
Meanwhile, I'm still thinking. Precious and few are the moments we took in.
No. 9. Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep, Mac and Katie Kassoon. Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep, a title that sounds almost childlike. yet it became one of 1971's most unexpected global hits. Siblings Mac and Katie Kassoum delivered a bright, upbeat pop tune, but beneath its sunny rhythm lived a surprisingly somber tale of a child suddenly left alone. That contrast, sparkling melody over quiet sadness, perfectly captured the bittersweet tone of late 60s pop. Recorded at Pi Studios in London, the stripped-down production let the infectious hook shine, allowing the song to travel effortlessly across continents. Critics dismissed it as simple bubblegum pop, but decades later, Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep still stands as a reminder of pure innocence and optimism in a world rediscovering hope after years of unrest. No. 10. I Hear You Knocking, Dave Edmunds. While rock was racing into new territory, Dave Edmunds chose to turn back, toward the rough, honest roots of rock and roll. Working alone at Rockfield Studios in Wales, he performed nearly every instrument himself, reshaping Smiley Lewis's blues classic. Yet, instead of pure nostalgia, he injected cutting guitars, heavy drums, and a vocal bite that felt carved from another time. The result sounded both vintage and reborn. When released, I Hear You Knocking shot to #1 in the UK, reached Billboard's top 5, and transformed Dave from an unknown player into a star. Sometimes moving forward begins by returning to the source. No. 11. You Never Have to Say You're Sorry, The Sounds of Sunshine. In a turbulent musical era, You Never Have to Say You're Sorry arrived like a gentle, glowing beam of calm. The trio recorded it in a modest Los Angeles studio under Ranwood Records. With soft guitars, light percussion, and clean harmonies inspired by Love Story, the song felt sincere and comforting. Once released, it drifted across American radio, played at weddings, slow Sunday mornings, and breezy afternoons. Though the group shined only briefly, the song remains a quiet emblem of tenderness, reminding us that love doesn't always require an apology.
Never really say goodbye. Been 40 days since I don't know when.
No. 12. Toast and Marmalade for Tea, Tin Tin.
Lovely than the day when the sun is in your...
A sweet, dreamy pop tune, soft as early morning haze. Toast and Marmalade for Tea, produced by Maurice Gibb of the Bee Gees for Tin Tin, blended tender Baroque pop with gentle romance.
Marmalade for tea, sailing ships upon the sea.
Its famous wobbly piano tone came from an accidental tape flaw by engineer Roger Savage, giving the track its shimmering magic. Though it peaked only at Next 20 on Billboard, it slowly became a hidden treasure of British pop. Light as sunrise, fragile as memory, a reminder that true beauty often blooms through imperfections.
More lovely than the day when the sun is in your...
Who do you think you are?
No. 13. Signs, 5-man electrical band.
Everywhere a sign, blocking out the scenery, breaking out.
What sounded like a simple folk rock tune carried a quiet but powerful protest. Signs arrived in an America tangled in rules, judgments, and social walls no one could see but everyone could feel.
God was here to tell you to your face, man, you're some kind of sinner.
With warm acoustic guitar and Les Emerson's honest, grounded vocals, The song challenged the barriers that separated people. Recorded at Sound City Studios, it used no tricks, only truth, clarity, and the belief that freedom belongs to everyone. When released, it climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming an anthem for those tired of being judged. Half a century later, it still calls us toward courage, kindness, and open hearts.
Hey, you mister, can't you read? You got to have a shirt and tie to get a seat.
Put your hand in the hand of the man who steals the water.
No. 14. One Toke Over the Line. Brewer and Shipley. Born from a casual joke, the song unexpectedly became a counterculture anthem. Brewer and Shipley, the folk rock duo from Missouri, wrote "One Toke Over the Line" while laughing about being one puff too many. They never imagined it would sweep America, adored in some cities, banned in others. Recorded at Kendon Recorders, it carried warm acoustic lines, easygoing vocals, and the free-spirited breeze of the era. Despite radio backlash, it reached Billboard's top 10, becoming a symbol of personal freedom and the playful rebellion of 1971, a generation determined to live on its own terms. No. 15. Trapped by a Thing Called Love. Denise LaSalle. From the heat of Memphis, Denise LaSalle captivated listeners with Trapped by a Thing Called Love. The R&B hit follows a woman who knows her love is wrong yet still cannot let go. Recorded at High Studios, the track blended shining brass, gentle guitar lines, and smooth drums into a warm, bittersweet groove.
I'm slowly losing my ground, slowly sinking down, trapped.
It reached number 1 on the R&B chart and entered Billboard's top 20, securing Denise's place in Southern soul. No flash, no illusion, just a real voice and honest emotion. A tender, powerful song that closed 1971 with a lingering spark of passion.